if you're new to this, and since it's week one, I sort of assume people are new, even if you've got a lot of experience, I think the logical question or the obvious question is, so what? so, so I breathe. I notice my breathing. I get distracted. I bring it back. Who cares? Like, what's the big deal? Why do we care? So, in the second half of the 12 weeks, we're going to look a lot more into detail about why this practice is so beneficial and helpful in your life. But I just want to give you like a quick overview or a quick, like, very high level summary of like why I think we do this. And I think Justin's sort of take on this is I think there are three reasons why we meditate. The first one is, and this is why almost everybody comes to meditation the first time, is we want to feel better. We just want to feel a bit better. And we heard meditation's good for stress or relaxation. And so, we want a bit more of that and we want to feel a bit better. So we want to meditate. And you know what? It works. For most people. For most people who meditate, even if you just do it occasionally, you meditate for a bit and you feel a bit better. That's great. Second reason is I think it's a training. So we are training ourselves in a whole bunch of different skills, but primarily at first, we're training ourselves in this skill of awareness, of becoming more aware of our mind, of our body, of our emotions, of our reactions. We're starting to notice how we react to things, how we're really noticing who we are. We're starting to become more familiar with our mind and how it works. And the premise behind this training thing is that your mind is amazing. It's an absolutely incredible thing. It's phenomenal. It does so many things. Lives your life for you. It manages relationships, career, finances. It remembers to do laundry once in a while. I mean, it's incredible what it can do. And yet, the other flip side of this is that it is fundamentally flawed in a couple of different ways. And we're going to get more into that next week and looking a little bit more detail about how this is. But just suffice to say that there are a couple of ways in which there's nothing you can do about it. It's just part of being human. But there are a couple of ways in which your mind is really designed for your survival and not for your happiness. And that a couple of these aspects that are designed for survival are actually kind of programmed to make you miserable and make you a little bit crazy. So we're going to look next week, we'll look more in detail as to what some of that hardwiring errors are. But you're probably aware, like, it's not just the hardwiring of being human that makes your mind errors, gives your mind errors. You've got all this soft wiring, or what I call the soft wiring, which is your upbringing, your parents and school and relationships and life and these experiences that damage us and cause us all these problems. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in our psyche, hardwired errors in our psyche, and then a whole bunch of the soft wiring. And in meditation, one of the things that we're starting to do is, in the training, we're starting to be able to notice our own mind. We become more familiar with our own mind, our own emotions, and our own feelings, reactions, things like that. So that's one aspect. There's a lot more going on than just awareness and this whole thing about the mind. We're going to learn a bit more about focus, concentration, things like non-judgment, curiosity, this weird term called non-striving. So we're going to do a bunch of training in all of these different things, and I'll explain as we look at each of these details, like why that's important for meditation and also why that is so helpful for your lives. And of course, there's this whole training around compassion, love, kindness, incredibly powerful stuff. So there's the training aspect. So we want to feel better. There's a training aspect. And then the last piece is just that I want to say, people come because they want to feel better. I get it. They want to feel better. Or people have heard about the training and they go, oh yeah, okay, I want those skills. I want to be better at this. I want to be better at that. And I want to be better at these things. And I want a better mind. And I want to understand myself better and all that kind of stuff. And that's great. And that is fantastic. But there is another dimension to this. And that is simply that meditation's been done for thousands of years. And obviously this mostly comes to us from religious practices and things. And it is that people throughout history, across all cultures, all traditions, have discovered that there's this meditation thing, and in meditation and other contemplative practices, there is the possibility of something else. And I'm not that interested in trying to tell you what that something is or trying to tell you what you're going to discover. I just encourage you to be open that people have been doing this for thousands of years because there is the possibility of something else on offer. And it might be very profound and it might not be. It might be simple stuff that you discover, but there is something else possible for you to discover in meditation. And part of this is just the fun of finding out what that is for yourself. So feeling better, this whole training aspect, and then just be open to something else. See what else.